I am on a path to weight loss, and the way I describe this path is that it's not weight loss first, it's wellness first and then weight loss. That the weight loss is a result of me taking care of myself. I'll even go further, it's me prioritizing my health. And I don't mean just going to the gym and eating right. No, I'm talking about every part of your health, which is your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. I realized that for a long time I hadn't really been prioritizing that. I haven't been really committed to it. And I guess I reached a breaking point where I thought, okay, I think it's time to reevaluate how I've been behaving, how I've been treating myself, I've been treating others, or how I let others dictate my path. And so here I am coming to you from Donas y Tortas because I hope that what I'm going to share with you empowers you, maybe sparks something for you. So this video is all about, I guess, the first 15. I've lost 16 pounds technically. So this is barely like the first point of my path, my journey is I've reached, 15 pounds. And it's been about 6 months, actually it's only been June, July, August. So it's been about 3.5 months. I've lost 15 pounds. Usually people lose a lot more than that, but before it took a long time to get to a point of changing this up here. I really am a believer that if you've made up your mind here, like, there's no stopping you. 3 things that I think are important to starting your wellness journey, prioritizing your health, and if that includes weight loss for you, awesome. Number 1, trust. I legit didn't believe I could do it. I legit was like, this is just the way I'm gonna live my life. This is how I am. This is how it is. Whether that's like weight or emotionally, mentally, it's like very complacent because I didn't believe it was possible. I think looking back, that's why it was so frustrating, was because I don't think I really believed that I could do it. And when I've done things, work stuff, for example, I realize that I succeed in those ways because I believe in it. I give it like my all, but have I really given it my all with my health? And again, I say health in all those aspects, not just like eating right. It's like really taking a step back and seeing like, how am I behaving? How's my relationship with myself? It's so important. And so I didn't believe it. And it took time to build trust with myself. And I'm still building trust with other facets of my life, But the first thing was my health. Like I have to believe and trust that I am capable of taking care of myself and being good to myself and loving myself, caring for myself. I have to. And so that took time to build that trust. And ways in which I was able to do that was being committed to something that I knew was going to be good for me. The daily walks. Being committed every morning and being like, I have to show myself that I care enough, that I trust myself enough. Trusting myself enough to be not afraid to mess up, to have days where things didn't go as planned, but checking myself when that happened. Talking to myself and confronting, I guess, addressing if something went sideways, like picking my brain and being like, why? I think the more that you know who you are, the more that you can build those changes and that trust. I would say the other thing that's really important after trust is patience. A lot of people think that, okay, you figure it out. I gotta change, I gotta be better, I gotta feel better. That takes time. It takes a lot of time. And I think it's funny because, I say trust. I didn't trust because I didn't give myself enough time to trust, to build, you know what I mean? So I wasn't patient. And I feel like I've come to a point where I'm ready to be patient. I trust and therefore I will be patient. I say 15 pounds, 16 pounds in 3 months. It's been a long road, the thing is that I started before those 3 months. Before those 3.5 months, I was already doing a lot of mental work to get to a point where I would even want to continue and dive deeper in trusting myself and making those moves for that. So I think people underestimate how important it is to understand that, like, when you're ready for change, when you're ready to really love yourself, you have to be patient with yourself. You have to, like, I don't know where I heard this, but it's like about just like, I'm buckled in. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm strapped in, I'm buckled in. I'm like, okay, we're going to be here for a minute. We're going on a road trip, and I'm just enjoying, having perspective of I'm just happy that I have trust in myself, and then I see results. And so I have more trust. I'm really, really happy that I'm patient, that I feel patience, because that means that when I mess up one day or one meal or I feel spiraling one day, it doesn't affect me as much because I trust the process and I'm being patient. I know tomorrow is going to be a different day, and I know that this is just happening. Lastly is being consistent. And I'm sure this is like of no surprise to anyone when I say that, like the beauty of consistency. And being consistent is just is kind of like taking the trust in the process and the patience in the process, and it's giving you the fuel to show up every day. Show up every day for yourself. And I've been telling myself this. It's like I've made a promise to myself. And so I'm putting in the work, and I just, like, whenever I feel like I want to do something that won't really nurture me, I think back to the promise I made myself. And if it wasn't because I have that trust and patience, I don't think that I'd have the consistency. And I've had the privilege of kind of learning all this because I am a big proponent of therapy. I think therapy is amazing. And so if you are, I'll put some links down in the description for anybody who is, kind of just doesn't have trust, doesn't have patience, doesn't think that they can be consistent. It's like, I think once you've made that, once you've taken ownership, I heard this somewhere else, like this idea of owning your truth. I mean, Miliana Singh said it in one of our interviews. That's powerful when you take ownership of your life, of your experience, because then that means no one can take it from you. And so it's yours for the taking. And that's powerful. A lot of times I think that we fear competition or others because of what people may think or whatnot. But when you own who you are and what you bring to the table, like I'm doing right now, like I'm being very like vulnerable and transparent, is because I'm owning who I am and my experience. And I'm good with that. And I hope that you can be good with that too. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop down any comments of like anything that's helped you. If you agree, if you disagree. Yeah.